heart of Sub-Saharan Africa lies Zambia, a nation defined by its awe-inspiring natural beauty and its people's strong ties to their traditional culture. Perhaps the greatest spectacle of Zambia is the mile-wide cascade known as Victoria Falls. Deemed one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, this site exemplifies the beauty that is Zambia.
A closer look from atop the falls reveals the gaps that break the river's flow, and a closer inspection of Zambia unveils the struggles and despair that interrupt the natural beauty of this great nation.
In between the breathtaking landscapes and the harmonious culture of the people, the harsh reality of life in Zambia surfaces. With over half of the population unemployed and the majority living on less than $1 a day, most Zambians are simply trying to make it from one day to the next. And this struggle begins from birth. With education taking a back seat to simply finding food, the Zambian economy is left malnourished as a result of an unskilled population. But far and away the deadliest problem facing this nation is AIDS. Zambians have the shortest life expectancy in the world, just 33 years. And as one entire generation is being wiped out, another is being left behind to fend for themselves. In Zambia, it is estimated that 1 in every 4 children under the age of 15 is an orphan. With over 650,000 orphaned because of AIDS, Zambia is face to face with a silent killer who extends no mercy. Mothers Without Borders founder Kathy Headley has been working outside the capital city of Lusaka with the orphans for the past 5 years.
It is the most serious moral crisis we are facing right now. The fact that there are over 100 million orphan children in the world, both single and double orphans, that is the greatest, in my mind, the greatest moral tragedy that exists.
A tragedy that is rapidly breaking down the support system that a traditional family provides.
In Zambia, we relied mainly on extended families before, but right now, I don't think we can do that because all of them are now dying with HIV/AIDS.
AIDS doesn't discriminate. It affects everyone, and there are many faces to this problem. At the age of 12, Ben lost both of his parents to AIDS. Left to care for his 2 younger brothers, Ben not only lost his parents, but also his childhood. As a nurse at a local clinic, Beatrice Chola witnessed AIDS take the lives of those she cared for. Seeing the need to take action, she founded Bufwano, a community-based organization that looks after more than 2,000 orphans. From the same extended family, Tabu and Nankamba are both orphans who are being raised by their elderly grandparents. Like most orphans in Zambia, these 2 girls were pulled out of school to work, depriving them of an education they desperately need. Seeing a need and helping is something that comes natural to Sharon Jones, a nurse from Highland, Utah. But upon arriving in Zambia and working in several clinics, she quickly realized how difficult a task was ahead of her. 2 more American volunteers crossed the Atlantic to meet a challenge. Sisters Sandy Peters and BJ Warnick knew the task of educating young people about AIDS would be difficult, yet their innate love for children led them to make this journey. Found living in this chicken coop, a gaunt and malnourished Evans was being cared for by his older brother. Like most orphans, he was fighting to maintain hope. Blessed with 2 vibrant young boys of their own, George and Faith Mushibi decided to dedicate their lives to the orphan problem on a more personal level. Although they knew great struggles would come with having a large family, this couple never hesitated when they took in 13 more children to raise as their own.
September 10th, 1971, November 1st, 1974. These are just some of the birth dates of the young mothers and fathers who have died from AIDS. With the average life expectancy of just 33 years, a day doesn't go by here in Lusaka without a funeral.
With over 350 deaths per day because of AIDS, there isn't enough room in the cemeteries of Lusaka for all the bodies.
So when you go to the cemetery, there's an old cemetery that's neatly kept and has headstones and gravestones. Then there's what they call the new cemetery, where they just continue to get new land. They just keep adding new land, new land, new land, because there's so many people dying here all the time. They're burying so many people every day. They can't build enough coffins.
The old cemetery that is full, what they do is they just find spaces, just empty spaces where they can put someone to rest.
And so when you go there and you start driving down these little rutted pathways, and on either side of you there's tall grass and bushes. It's not well kept, but there are just mound after mound after mound after mound. They're just inches apart. There are mounds of dirt, thousands and tens of thousands of them for as far as the eye can see. These are not old people. These are people in their middle age, in what we would consider the prime of their lives. And they're buried. When you stand in that cemetery and you look around and you just see mound after mound after mound, it takes your breath away, and it will make you weep. It will make you weep to realize that's where their parents are. These children that I love, there's their mom, there's their dad, there's their aunt, there's their uncle. And you begin to realize the terrible grief that these people live with every single day of their lives. For every day that they are on the earth, they will live with this level of grief.
Yes,